resolved that our school department test days, and it's basically just saying that on Monday only social studies classes can give tests, on Tuesday only science, and etc.
I think this is a fabulous idea. I mean, I know this year and years to come I'll be taking challenging courses so that I get into a better college and be a success in life. But like there are days where I have 5, 6 tests on one day,
Clarkstown South High School has experienced Renaissance-style resurgence in its chapter membership and activity this past school year, and it has managed to create tidal waves in the school, the region, and throughout the entire Northeast. Soaring from 6 members at its advent to approximately 100 this year, Clarkstown's JSA chapter has revitalized itself as a result of its determined leadership and its dedicated membership base. Justin Fletcher, Clarkstown South's JSA chapter president, and his board members set the pace for JSA from day one, motivating South students to take active roles in the club. As a result, he and his board have made Clarkstown South a prospering, successful chapter. For example, we are Spring State's largest chapter delegation. Just how did he and his dedicated board members do it?
The goals for this year were to increase attendance at meetings and thus to increase attendance at conventions and mini-cons. We really have been successful in this. Last year we had around 40 members and around 25 came to meetings at first, and then it dwindled down to 5 to 10. This year we started out with over 100 members. We have 94 tax-paid members, and it's really been great because people are so interested. We had 48 come to Fall State, 35 at Winter Congress, and 41 are going to Spring State, so it should be really exciting.
We have our debate suggestion box on our Facebook group that people can write comments on what they would like to see.
I think the leading factors is that our chapter president is really encouraging. We are really good with promoting the chapter. We have made posters and signs and stuff. We have announcements almost every day. We definitely have very interesting debates this year, a lot more interesting than last year. We also send out notices a lot more often, and people get them in time and they prepare for the debates, and it's a lot more fun. The atmosphere is that everybody is like a community. We're like a family.
I wanted to help Justin out, and I wanted to grow the size of JSA. I helped out a lot of freshmen that I knew. I told them about JSA and I wanted them to join, and they did, and they thought it was a great experience.
We've also provided bus transportation to mini-cons and regionals so people can get there easily. They don't have to carpool, and they don't have to rely on parents to get there.
As the year progressed, a palpable sense of pride formed among South students as they excitedly participated at several regional conventions. Our chapter brought 48 to Fall State in Danvers, Massachusetts, and 35 to Winter Congress in the heart of the nation's capital, debating hot issues and reviewing bills in committee. South students were hooked to the club on a state level, beyond the basic chapter meeting. The chapter has also had attendance at regionals, mini-cons, and megacons. We've brought back several Best Speaker awards, including 6 at Fall State. Many of our chapter members volunteer to take main speaking and moderating positions.
The highlights for me have been being on cabinet as co-director of expansion, helping to found new chapters, notably the Clarkstown High School North chapter, which will be starting up next year. It's just really been a great experience. I've made a lot of new friends, and I really hope people in our chapter apply for cabinet next year.
Well, I had already some friends that were in JSA, and they told me how great it was, and I am interested in politics and everything, and I do like to talk, so I figured that it would be a really good club to join. So
I think the leadership has changed greatly, and I gotta say our new president is great, and he did a lot of new things, and that helped us get more members. And this year we have also new stuff, like we have Best Speakers Awards.
This was not all, however, as JSA's South chapter remained dedicated to a variety of other causes. Among such causes were a book drive aimed at providing literature to disadvantaged youth in impoverished areas of Africa, and the coordination of a Hudson Valley mega conference with Ossining High School, which occurred at Ossining on March 29, 2009. Each cause was a stunning success.
Well, we have a Schools for Schools chapter for Invisible Children here at Clarkstown South, and most of the members of that are actually members of our JSA chapter. So we decided together to make a book drive for Invisible Children. We are trying to get 10,000 books by the end of the year, and so far we have almost 8,000.
The MegaCon was great. I got to meet new people. I made new friends in JSA, and I think it was a great success because not only did we have a bake sale where we made a lot of money for our chapter, and we also had a lot of fun debating.
The Selective Service Act is a clear violation of the 13th Amendment.
Patriotic, you should want to do that, you know.
But it's just absolutely false. Because
my favorite activities in JSA would have to be the regional conventions that we go to, especially Fall State and Winter Congress. They're really fun. And also when we do the occasional silly debates like, is Santa Claus real, or stuff like that.
I'm in some other clubs too, and I like that this one you always participate. Like every meeting you have the chance to participate, whether you're speaking, main or subsequent, or you're just asking a question. It's really like a student-involved club, so I like that.
I'm just always more and more encouraged by the depth of knowledge and understanding, and just having young people that are legitimately passionate about the current issues, whether political or social, or just being aware of the world outside their high school is really refreshing.
The biggest change I'd have to say is the amount of participation and like how we've increased in numbers. I remember when I was a freshman, there were maybe 10, 15 kids that came on a regular basis, and this year, even in our introductory meeting, we had just about almost 100 people show up. We had to move to a separate room just because there were just so many more people.
Definitely seems that the chapter, first of all, is like twice the size this year. It just completely took on a life of its own. And their ambition is really, it's kind of like this snowball that's just been rolling downhill. It's just getting bigger and faster, and it's taking on a life of its own, which is great.
looking back at such an eventful year at Clarkstown South's JSA chapter, one can only wonder what lies ahead.
I think it's going to grow even larger, and I think each year it's going to get better and better because each year we're going to have greater ideas and better debates.
I see JSA in the future being better and bigger than it ever has been on the state level, regional level, and on our chapter level. Sorry if anyone is in here who didn't read The Great Gatsby. Sheridan! I love you.